Oh, welcome to the Eager Entrepreneur podcast made by venture capital interns for the venture capital, entrepreneurial, and finance world. We are the Eager Interns, and today we're taking on weeks 1 and 2 of our experience at Capital Innovators. We're going to tell you guys all about it. We're going to be first introducing ourselves, then giving you a little bit of a background on Capital Innovators and who we work with, and really just reviewing our first 2 weeks at Capital Innovators. So a little bit of background on me, the first Eager intern of this Eager Entrepreneur team. My name is Giuseppe Di Cera. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri, originally my family's from Italy. I go to the University of Chicago. I'm a rising sophomore there, and I'm majoring in economics. And I'm interning at Capital Innovators because I'm interested in learning more about venture capital, how to, analyze companies, look at their valuations, and see, how you can analyze potential and see what startups can become the next big thing. I haven't really had any experience in finance. I worked for a startup at UChicago. Most of my experience is just volunteering, public service. And mainly I'm interested in economics and finance. And pretty much in the next 10 years, I'm not really sure where I'm going to be. But maybe I'll be in venture capital, maybe I'll be in asset management, maybe I'll be a professor in economics and I'll teach one of your kids one day. Who knows? So yeah, it's a little bit about me. I'll throw it over to Julian.
All right. My name is Julian. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. I go to Washington University in St. Louis. I'm a rising junior studying mechanical engineering. I'm interning at Capital Innovators because I just like the venture capital world. I like looking at startup companies, like what drives them, how they get funding, everything like that. Specifically, I'm really into like tech companies, looking at like what kind of new tech they're making and like what other things are in the industry. And yeah, in 10 years, I think I will be a stockbroker on Wall Street.
Whoa. Jeez. Big guy over here.
But yeah, I'll throw it over to Jing.
Yeah, thanks, Julian. So my name is Jing, and I'm an international student from China. I'm currently a first-year MBA student with a concentration on finance. And back in my country, I already got my master's degree in natural science. And I have also interned as investor relations in a high-tech company. And in that experience, I want to transform my field from technology side to financial side. And that's why I'm here. The reason why I come to Capital Innovators is because I want to become a venture capitalist after graduation, because being a venture capitalist, I can make a lot of brilliant ideas and work with smart people. And I will pass on to Lucas.
Thanks, Jing. So my name is Lucas. Also an interning here. I'm originally from New York. Now I live in South Florida. I also go to WashU, which is fortunately the better school compared to UChicago. But that's not really an argument. But yeah, anyway, I'm really interested in psych and neuroscience and considering a second major in the business school as well, because I think that's a pretty interesting combination. I became interested in venture capital last year and applied to CI in the spring. I'm just really interested in learning about new and growing technologies, and being in venture capital allows you to get involved in that really early. Some industries I'm interested in are tech, specifically AI and machine learning, retail, entertainment, and others. And in 10 years, I would like to see myself in similar roles, something like an investment manager or advisor, VC or private equity partner, consultant, or even an entrepreneur working on my own company. So yeah, that's our introductions.
That was a wonderful introduction, Lucas, except for the beginning. I'm not sure what to say about that, but now we're going to transition, since we've met all the eager interns, all the eager entrepreneurs, we're going to transition to talking about Capital Innovators. And really just a general background on Capital Innovators is that it provides these top-ranked accelerator programs, venture fund management, and corporate innovation. And in doing so, it manages both private and corporate venture funds, focused on a lot of different industries, so technology, consumer products, and energy innovations. Yeah, so Capital Innovator's track record is pretty impressive. They've helped scale over 136 companies and have assisted them in raising over $400 million in follow-on investment. And in doing so, they've created over 2,000 jobs. That's a lot of jobs, Julian. That's more jobs than you're going to make as you're going to create as like an investment stockbroker. You got to consider getting into VC so you can make some jobs. Jeez. But most notably, Capital Innovators is known for both the flagship accelerator program and the NGA accelerator program. And we got to dig deeper into this. So I'm going to throw over to Lucas, the WashU representative, and he's going to tell us a little bit about that. Lucas?
Of course. So for the flagship program, this is basically for any startup in any type of industry. Capital Innovators provides these startups with the resources and connections they need to reach the next level. So through proprietary processes and techniques developed and iterated on over the program's 10-year history, this program has been consistently ranked as one of the top programs in the U.S. So this Startup Accelerator program is based in St. Louis, and the first thing it's going to provide tech startups with is $50,000 in seed funding. They're also going to provide mentorship from C-suite executives, seasoned entrepreneurs, and technical experts. And they're also going to provide access to a global network of startups. Another thing that's important is connections. Capital Innovators has tons of connections in the VC space to customers and strategic partners for top-line growth. And also the co-working space and a first-class office space in St. Louis for all the startups to working together. Now I'm going to pass it off to Jing to talk about the NGA Accelerator.
Thanks, Lucas. So the NGA Accelerator is a first-of-its-kind innovative partnership with the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency and Capital Innovators designed to fund, mentor, and accelerate the growth of the next-generation geospatial intelligence technologies. And the companies we selected will participate in a 13-week accelerator program that includes 1,000 in grant funding, perks, benefits, office space, mentorship, and direct engagement with a leading geospatial intelligence agency. And the startups will have the opportunity to work closely with NGA and receive valuable feedbacks, connections, pilot opportunities, and unparalleled resources to help the business accelerator and sky in the future. And Julia will talk about our team.
Thanks, Jing. So you might be thinking, like, with these top-ranked accelerator programs, you must have a giant team behind you, but believe it or not, there are actually only 4 full-time staff at Capital Innovators. The first full-time staff is Frank Hopper, who is the managing director. Then there's Brett Buing, who is the program director. Then there's Adam, who is the associate portfolio manager. And then there's Judy, who is the CEO. And now we'll be transitioning to our next segment, where we will be talking about what we did in the first 2 weeks, as well as some cool companies that we saw in the past week. So would anyone like to begin?
I'll begin, I guess. I mean, I think the first 2 weeks were pretty eventful. Mainly went over, researching companies for the flagship program and the NGA Accelerator, contacting them and gauging their interests. A cool company I found had to do with essentially creating a platform for athletes in whatever sport to promote themselves and connect with agents, clubs, sponsors, all these different people who can help them get to the professional level. And it's there's a lot of platforms like Interns of recruiting that are similar in the United States, but I think this is more geared towards European athletes and just the European model, where if you get in touch with an agent, the agent can put you in touch with the club, and you don't really go to college. You just go straight from the academy level or whatever, the pre-professional to the professional level. And something like that doesn't really exist. And so it was really cool to see this idea, and I hope it comes to fruition because I think it has a lot of potential. So yeah, that's something cool that I did in the last 2 weeks in terms of looking at companies. So yeah, anyone else?
Another interesting company I found is this AI platform that they basically generate any type of object, material, or surface and environments at scale to make AI training more effective and cost efficient. So they allow AI application projects to have a shorter development time, higher quality, lower cost, and more predictable outcome by using synthetic pre-labeled data. So there are competitors out there that kind of acquire this data and allow it to apply to other projects, but this company, by using this synthetic data, they are able to capture a lot more and basically make this production process a lot more effective. So I found that really interesting. It's a really cool high-tech company, and I'm interested to see what they do in the short future.
So the first week I did a lot of resourcing and I made a lot of brilliant ideas. And the one that touched me is that there is a very impressive one there's one I saw one company who developed an interactive map for all the outdoor adventures. It's like a customized map. Say if you want to go to a camp, you can just click find a campsite, and it will show all the campsites around you, and you can just choose one that fits you best. I think as the world is recovering from the pandemic, this kind of map will literally benefit our outdoor adventures.
I actually really want to circle back to the company that you were talking about, G.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a really cool idea for just like scouting in general.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that concerns me, and this might not be relevant exactly to like companies wise, it's just like you're talking about how players are being recruited right out of like high school or something. They're not going to college. I'm just curious, like, is there like a backup plan for like players that like don't make it to like the pro level?
Well, I mean, that's not really something I guess that the platform would offer. That's more the individual player's decision, and there's a lot of risk associated with trying to make it to the next level in terms of professional athletics, and that's something a lot of times the gap is between you have a good player, whatever sport, say soccer, but they don't have the connections to find an agent, find a club that can give them the opportunity to potentially make it big and get a lot of money and make their living off of something that they love. And I guess, to answer your question, no, there's really no backup plan unless that player has a backup plan. You could always be a professional athlete and study at the same time.
Yeah.
Most athletes are disciplined like that. You know what I mean?
Like you.
Like me,
Yeah.
like you, like all of us. You don't need to be an athlete to be disciplined.
And
So, but it's a good question. I think it's cool.
And I actually know that you're a D3 soccer player. I have to ask, like, I'm sure you've probably like had some experience with like scouting programs.
Mhm.
What sets the scouting program that you're talking about apart from like traditional U.S. scouting programs?
Well, there's a lot of problems with the U.S. scouting network that we can talk about, but essentially it's the thing that's important is, like I said, if you have a player who doesn't know an agent, right now the platform is this: player, agent, club, sponsor, agent. There's so much there's so much muddling stuff in the middle between the path of getting the player to the club, and there's just a gap there. And the problem is that players right now, if you don't have a contact or you don't have a coach or an agent or just a connection that can give you the opportunity to get in front of a coach, say in Europe, who can bring you over there and start you up on the professional route over there, then you're not going to make it. Essentially, you can do that in the United States. You can play soccer professionally in the United States, and it's much easier. But I mean, if we're going to keep things honest here, the level of soccer in the United States is not nearly as close to the level that is in Europe. And so making it big in the United States is much different than making it big in Europe. And I think what this platform addresses is no matter where you are in the world, whether you're in the U.S., whether you're in Europe, whether you're in Asia, Mexico, it doesn't really matter. If you're good, you can put your stats up there, you can put your highlights up there, and if an agent thinks that you're good, they'll contact you. They can bring you to a coach, they can bring you to a club, and it's essentially, it's a very wide, it's like a wide-ranging, it's a very, I don't know how to phrase this. It's a very good platform that can just, it's a database. And databases can be really helpful for players in any sport to get that opportunity with clubs, sponsors, etc., to make the next step. That's the important thing is not everyone has connections. And that's what's lacking in the current recruiting and professional landscape model.
for sure.
Just hog the space, sorry, for like 2 minutes there, but you can see how passionate I am about this company.
So
Lucas-
G, so G, how do you feel about the Wash U and U Chicago sports competition? I mean, didn't we beat you recently? In basketball.
In basketball, I mean, I haven't been checking basketball, but
Okay. How about soccer?
The-
What's the beef like?
the beef is real. The beef
It
is
is,
real.
okay.
There's a lot of beef between the Bears and the Maroons.
Right.
and-
What's a maroon again?
Well, I'm not really sure, to be quite honest.
It's a color, right?
We kind of have two mascots. One is a phoenix, and then
Oh.
we're known as the Chicago Maroons.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, but the beef is real for sure.
Nice.
We, I like you guys.
Yeah.
You guys all go to Wash U. I like you guys.
We like you too.
But when I step onto the field, I don't have any friends at Wash U. Okay, and yeah. There's definitely some competition there. I think we both play in a UAA, University Athletic Association, and for soccer, men's and women's very competitive.
Mhm.
U Chicago's never won a national championship in a team sport.
Okay.
So
Okay.
this year, our soccer team is kind of building up, and hopefully we can do it this year in the fall.
Yeah. Great. Well, you can look after us for that. You know, we've won some national competitions for sure.
Oh yeah,
And if you ever need like mentorship or just like
I'll give you guys a call.
a team to look after, like I think we're a great model for
Well,
you.
thank goodness.
But yeah, best of luck like for the near future with your team and the rest of U Chicago's teams.
Of course.
It's gonna be tough out there. But
Yeah. No worries. We're ready for the challenge. We're actually coming down to St. Louis in November to play against
Ooh,
Wash U. So
okay.
should be an interesting game.
We can all attend and we can
I'll
see
be
you
watching.
play.
You guys can all attend for sure. I got to fix up my knee, and I need to make sure it's ready to go. But once it's ready to go,
Sounds good.
I'm gonna remember this conversation, and
All right.
we're gonna see how things go. Honestly.
We'll be cheering for you. We will. But also our team, so it'll be conflicting.
I mean, I don't really know. It'll be an interesting game.
Not as conflicting as your name though. That's like if Wash U was like the Wash U Reds.
The Wash U Reds. Yeah, I don't really have a good way to defend the school name. Honestly, I think here. Let me actually look it up because it means something. I was actually looking at it the other day when I was.
At least your mascot isn't a tree.
It's
Sorry, Stan.
the official color and nickname. Okay. Yellow.
So I guess your actual mascot's a
So it's a
phoenix.
phoenix. Yeah, it's
All
a
right.
bird.
Phoenix is cool.
Okay, well, Maroons is the official nickname. The phoenix serves as the school's mascot. All right,
Yeah.
let's go back to that.
All right.
Yeah, so actually, I'm just mulling this over. So since our mascot is a phoenix and yours is a bear, I don't know. I've seen a couple fights between like a bear and
A
wolf,
phoenix?
a bear and a gazelle. Usually the bear wins, but I'm not sure a
Right.
bear has ever met a phoenix.
That's true. That's
And
true.
I'm pretty sure a phoenix would win that fight.
Really?
Yeah.
Like the weight difference and everything, like 800 pounds versus like 50 pounds.
Yeah,
You think?
Phoenix birds, they are
They
known
fly?
to breathe fire. So they would
Oh, okay.
essentially just like cook the bear.
Oh, interesting. That's
It would-
an interesting
It's
outlook.
also a mythical creature. So.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, U Chicago is all about ideas, and you guys, what is the reason that a bear is your mascot?
We're
Are there
real.
Any
We're
bears in
practical.
St. Louis? Are there any bears in St. Louis? You ever seen a bear?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
Actually, in Clayton, you're going on runs, you just
yeah, just a
There's just a
bear,
bear
just
on
a
the
bear
street.
hanging out over there.
Yeah.
I mean, would you want Wash U raccoons or Wash U squirrels?
The Wash U deer, Wash U
There's no
deer,
deer in Wash U either.
the Wash U rabbits.
That's
They're
true.
pretty
We
cool.
do have bunnies.
Yeah.
But see, that's not menacing.
Yeah.
It's not menacing.
Honestly,
a bear is.
Have you seen like evil bunnies? But all I'm saying here is a phoenix is gonna like destroy a bear. There's no chance.
Okay.
There's no chance.
I think we can postpone this discussion for.
Yeah, we're gonna have
another
to
time.
postpone this.
We can have maybe a separate podcast. Phoenix versus Bears. We'll have our arguments and our rebuttals.
It's like a
ready.
debate. It's
Yeah.
going to be a debate.
Okay.
I look forward to this.
One
Okay.
thing I want to
Excellent.
bring up is I noticed that you guys are both rising sophomores. So I'm
That's
just
true.
curious, like, how's your guys' freshman year experience been, especially being like online for the most part?
I mean, it's been interesting to go to college, like sit in your dorm and do classes from there. But I mean, I can't complain. It's still a quality education. It's still challenging me. intellectually, and I think that's the important part. Like the classes I was taking, like calculus and economics, they were intellectually stimulating. So even if I was just sitting in my dorm staring at the wall, at least I was thinking about something.
Yeah, I would say sometimes, I've been saved by Zoom classes. Like, there would have been times where I'd have like a 10-minute walk/run to a class, and all I had to do was just go to my desk. But I'm excited for in-person stuff.
Yeah,
And just kind of a normal life. It'll be good to get back to.
Yeah, but I experienced a really tough time during my first year because I was studying in China and the time is totally adverse.
Yes.
So I have to stay up very, very, very late to take the classes. And so that's why I managed myself compared in January.
Jeez. That must have been tough,
Yeah.
Can't imagine doing a class at like 2 a.m.,
I
3 a.m.
didn't get enough sleep last year.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's better working in the daytime now.
Yeah. What about you, Julian? How was your second year at WashU, the Washington University in St. Louis?
I actually really liked online versus like in person.
What?
I think because I'm an introvert, like I prefer not having to walk and just being able to like roll out of bed and in 2 minutes just hop on Zoom and then be able to go to class versus trudging through the snow.
Whoa. Don't complain about the weather in St. Louis. Don't even bring that up.
It is pretty beautiful. I mean,
Yeah.
nothing to complain about.
Relax.
Oh
In
my!
Chicago.
All you
Yeah,
have
exactly.
in Chicago is a little breeze.
A little breeze in the winter. A little breeze, like negative 20 degrees. I was actually walking in the fall in Chicago, and the wind started blowing, and I almost fell over. It was like 40 miles per hour. It came out of nowhere, and I was just walking, and
You know what wouldn't fall over in the wind?
yeah, a bear.
A bear.
Actually,
Those things are big. I don't think a phoenix could fly in high winds.
I think it does. This is our point.
I don't think
It's got
so.
2 wings, so it can fly through the snow.
But high winds,
Yeah, I mean, I just don't know what to say to this
we can
because
postpone it.
such an interesting discussion. I
For
think
sure.
we've had a pretty solid first episode of the Eager Entrepreneur. Not only learning about the eager entrepreneurs at Capital Innovators, but a little bit about our background and our life outside of Capital Innovators, our life inside of Capital Innovators, what we're interested in. It's been a great discussion. And on episode 2, we are going to have an incredible guest, Brett Lewing, Program Director at Capital Innovators, but also Sneaka Freaka 23. If you don't know what that means, you're going to understand after our next episode. I'll just say this. This guy has brought in over $400,000. No. Oh my gosh. $400,000. I'll just say this. This guy has brought in over $40,000 in revenue for a company, and he's joining us on our next episode. It's going to be a blast. Thank you, all of our listeners, for listening to this first episode of The Eager Entrepreneur, and we'll see you again next time.
Peace out.
See ya.